It's a new track that presents a new challenge. Will we have a different winner? Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series. Today we have Gateway Speedway for the Enjoy Illinois 300, and I'm going to be very excited to announce to you some crazy things that have happened during this week. Rodney Childress, the crew chief of Kevin Harvick, will be leaving SHR and going to Spire Motorsports to crew chief the number 77 next season. Of course, we still have yet to find out who will be driving that 77 car, but now they're going to have a 3-time champion crew chief. And with that, what will be SHHR next season, Kevin Harvick announced personally himself that my crew chief will be leaving me and joining up with Josh Berry in the number 4 for next season. This came as a huge surprise to me, and I found it quite offensive that they would take away the crew chief that has got me 12 wins in my career at SHR so far. Of course, I have that extra round that I got at RPM without him, but this is actually huge news that Marty Duke will be joining Josh Berry in crew chiefing him next season. And finally, Red Bull Racing has announced their mutual parting with Harrison Burton, and Harrison Burton has already announced that he will be racing full-time in the Xfinity Series next season in the SHHR number 98 car, replacing Haley Deegan, who has struggled in that 98 car in her first season there after replacing Riley Herbst. So after a flabbergasting race at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600, our regular season point standings lead has cut down to only 16 points over Kyle Larson. And I was very, very upset with the NASCAR officials there, and we might have something developing there because the lack of cautions was kind of wild. Looking at the playoff grid as well, there was quite a bit of a gap developed by Alex Bowman going into Gateway here, as now we are here qualifying, ready on the racetrack finally in this episode. Where are we going to qualify at this brand new circuit on the schedule? It is 25th position. Just about usual where I qualify anyway, so nothing changing there. At least it wasn't worse. As we look at who got the pole, it is our rival for the regular season championship, Kyle Larson, who will be starting at the front.
Okay, bud, let's bounce back after last race. I know we're not going to be together after this season, so let's go ahead and grab as many wins as we can and turn ourselves into a champion together.
Yeah, 10-4. There you heard our crew chief giving us a pep talk on the radio, which we simply agree with. It is time to get back focused and rebound after last week's race because we had a bit of a tough finish there as Martin Truex Jr. gets sent to the back due to a failed tech inspection, as well as Austin Cindric. So that will move us up a couple positions as we are now getting ready to go racing here at Gateway. The Enjoy Illinois 300 is green. We are underway here. Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch lead us down into the first corner as we start alongside Chris Buescher, and just behind James Knight here. 2 RFK 4s around us going into turn 1 here. Everyone going slow, taking it careful. It's the first time we were all racing around each other in a tight group at this racetrack here. Getting off of turn 1 and 2, not too bad here. We clear the 17 car, and now he's going to come and give us a push going into turn 3 and 4, going a little bit faster than I want to. But yeah, this track is very difficult to drive, I have found, and I didn't do any practice beforehand. I just loaded up qualifying, threw it straight in there, and I remember the last time I drove this racetrack was in NASCAR Heat 4 when I did a proper career mode in Trucks of Xfinity, and then the track wasn't in the Cup Series, of course, and you have to mod this track into the schedule if you're going to race it in career mode. But getting past a few cars there, Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace included, as we are trying to draft up to the back of Keselowski, who is just behind his teammate of James Knight and just ahead of Buescher here. So all the RFK Fords right now in the top 20, as we see a teammate ahead of us, Cole Custer, in that 41 car, who is also in desperate need of a good run. He had one going at Charlotte last week until he had problems late as well. We didn't see a caution for those problems either, as well as my problems last race. So lots of work for NASCAR to fix here this race as we get past Ryan Blaney on the inside. Blaney now 100 races winless in the career mode. He needs to step it up if he's going to get a new contract there at Penske. He is still in the top 16 in points though, as we now get to to the inside of Chastain and past him to the inside of Brad Keselowski, making some good progress so far already here, completing lap number 3, and we are up 5 or so positions now going into turn 1. This is the hard corner, and we get into Keselowski. He comes down a little more than I thought. It's going to send him up the track, but we get past Harvick and Knight very easily. They are now 3 wide behind us, and Keselowski remains in front of us. He saves the car, no problems. Kyle Busch has taken the lead of this race so far. He won a couple of races ago at Darlington, getting his 2nd win of the season, and remains the only other multi-time winner this season that isn't myself. We get past Keselowski there, who gets a good run off the highline. He's going to use it to push me, though, down the front straight away. Going to look to make a move on our teammate of Cole Custer, who takes it high into turn 1 and 2, and that's an easy pass. And also an easy pass on Daniel Suarez, who is also using that high line. Definitely not the way to go here at this track. Is Alex Bowman has taken the lead, and we skip forward a couple laps here. Joe Logano, we got past him, and now we are in the top 10 to the inside of Reddick. Larson now back out front in this race, so a bit of a battle going on between him, Bowman, and Kyle Busch, as we are going to cross the line to only 2 laps to go in this first stage, which I forgot to mention is only 8 laps, so that is going to go by very quickly, as you can see so far. We are still making up positions there to the inside of Timmy Hill, and we make a little bit of contact with Chase Elliott off the corner. He is okay, though, just a little door touch, as Timmy Hill giving us a push now down the back straightaway, going to send it into the inside of the 9 car, trying to get past him. Of course, every point we get on the 9 and every point we get on the 5 is going to be important in keeping this regular season championship on lock. Of course, after this race, in 10 races time, the regular season will come to an end, and all those extra points will be awarded to the top 10 in points, as Alex Bowman has taken the lead here on the final lap of stage 1. Can he hold on here? We are currently under a lot of pressure from Bubba Wallace, who is smacking our behind going into the corner here. I would try to take it high on Elliott, and that's not going to quite work. Here comes Bubba Wallace to our inside. We're going to try cut him off here, but we're just not going to quite get there. Wallace gives us a nudge. He's going to get by, so we dropped into P9 as Alex Bowman wins the first stage here at Gateway. And yeah, great job to the 48 car. He needs a good day after last week's finish. The stage points gained by Bell, Larson, Busch, Briscoe, Allmendinger, Elliott, Wallace, Smith, and Keselowski. So we will be on our way to pit road, as will everybody else here, as Noah Gragson is the last car on track. I decided that I did want to make a couple changes here. We'll loosen up the car a little bit with that wedge, and we'll add some more tire pressure to that right side, because we started to lose a lot of wear in those things. So hopefully, to beef them up a bit, we can get some air pressure in there. So now, not losing a single position or gaining one, we restart in 9th place here for stage number 2 at Gateway, as we go green flag racing once again on the inside of that 6 beautiful Hawaiian Rolls car. I do have that die cast, and I'm happy that it's a part of my collection. Anyway, non-die cast talk here. We are now to the inside of Bubba Wallace here, trying to gain a position already. Alex Bowman leading everybody else here, as we have stage 2 being 16 laps, so double the length of stage 1. This will require a green flag pit stop mixed in here if we do not go without a caution here. So here we go across the line to the inside of Allmendinger, who is having a great run in that 42 car for Richard Petty Motorsports, as we get loose in the corner here. And now to the back of Allmendinger. He's actually going to get loose, and he's going to hit the wall. Oh my god, I did not mean to do that whatsoever, but we have gotten Allmendinger into the wall, and he's now falling outside of the top 10. Oh shit, Marty, can you let him know I did not mean to do that? Just a bump as we were exiting the corner, getting back on the throttle, sends the 42 up in the wall. I've sent my apologies, but that is just, yeah, unacceptable from myself. I felt bad looking behind there. He did only lose a few positions, and he's kept it going, so it's not going to cut a tire or anything for him, it seems, for now. As you get up to the inside of Chase Elliott in that number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet, we get by him. So making quick work of the 9 of Chase Elliott now, looking to get up to the back of our teammate Chase Briscoe, who's having a good run up in the top 10. Briscoe has not been getting particularly great finishes as of late, and has seen himself dropped down in the regular season standings quite a bit. He has to be quite happy he has that Daytona 500 win, or else he would be very far out of contention for playoffs. As now he gives us a huge shot going into turn 1 and 2, and that is very much helpful, I suppose. We get the car slowed down in time, but thankfully no other cars around me, or else I would have ran into them. So on the back straightaway now, trying to get up to the back of Kyle Busch in that A car. He's taking the high line with Christopher Bell ahead of him. That is not the place you want to be at this racetrack. You get a little bit of a run off the corner, but the corner speed you lose is just definitely not worth it here, as Alex Bowman continues to lead and prove that he should be worth a new contract with Hendrick Motorsports next season. But he has now jumped up to the high line. Here comes Larson on the bottom here. Now they battle side by side for the lead. No, Larson gets clear of Alex Bowman, so I just bigged up Alex Bowman. He's given away the lead there by running the high line, as now he is looking to the inside of Larson, looking to take it back already. As we are now going to skip forward here, Alex Bowman did get the lead back. We lost our position to Kyle Busch, and we lost the position to Joey Logano. They're 3 wide over there for second, but Bubba Wallace is now taking the lead. So he has quite a fast number 23 McDonald's Toyota Camry today, and he has found his way up in the lead, as now William Byron looking to outback bumper. He seems like he's got a pretty fast car, getting a little bit of the curb there, and we're actually going to get loose and get on the curb once again, flirting with a little bit of danger there, because the curb is not the place you really want to be touching. It's got no grip on those, so a little bit of acceleration on them and you will be sliding around. As you can see, we are starting to struggle with a loose race car. I said this to my crew chief: "Hey Marty, can we make it on gas? Because I don't know if I can make it to the end of this stage without spinning out."
You'll be fine, mate. Majority of drivers are not going to be pitting here. Keep going.
Yeah, loosening up the race car on pit road has definitely made it a lot harder to control in the long run here. You can see me on edge there after Byron gave us a huge shot into the corner. But looking at our car status there, you can see we are going to make it to the end of the stage on fuel just about there. Once again, Byron giving us a huge shot into the corner. I really wanted to come into pit road because our right sides were starting to struggle as well. It felt like our right rear was on fire. But on the back straightaway now, Byron once again gonna pull up to our back bumper. He's gonna push us into the corner here. Here we go, now sliding in. We actually get the curb, and there we go. We're around here in the middle of the track, and everyone's stopping, but where is the caution? Oh, so we're doing this fucking bullshit again. Okay, NASCAR, no worries. Cole Custer's just gonna smack me in my right side as well while I'm stopped in the middle of the racetrack. Now, that's fantastic. Go fuck yourselves. 2 races in a row now. We have spun out and have not seen the caution come out. Very dangerous, and we actually got hit by our teammate, Cole Custer, and yeah, we saw all the cars slowing down for us. It just should be a caution. So I don't know what the hell NASCAR is thinking, and now I'm saying we gotta come to pit road because I've got damage. My car is just out of control, and so I've just decided to make the call myself. I'm gonna come into pit road, and you can see I am struggling a lot, just feathering the throttle here as we go around this little apron here, and yeah, the car's just trying to wreck itself. I don't understand how it can just be so sideways, especially going that slow. But as we come into pit road here, it's going to be a simple call for tires and fuel, and that wedge over there, it's getting bumped up by a good 0.6%. And we're adding a lot more beef to that right rear so that we do not struggle in the long run once again. But as we come onto this pit road, I have realized that it is only 4 laps to go in this stage, and we are probably going to go a lap down here. So this is going to be a problem for us, perhaps.
Okay, so assuming everyone else is going to make it and not come to pit road, we should get the lucky dog when the stage comes to an end.
Yep, 10-4. Unfortunately, the NASCAR officials are a bunch of wankers. So as you heard the discussion between my crew chief Marty and I, yeah, we are not going to be on the lead lap. We are in the last place right now. And we should get the lucky dog at the end of this stage, assuming everyone else makes it and doesn't come to pit road. But we do see a car on the apron here on the mini map, and we do see another car now on the apron ahead of us as well, but they are smoking. It is Timmy Hill, and unfortunately it is the end of Timmy Hill's race in that 21 Motorcraft Ford Mustang. It is the engine that has expired on that one, so rest in peace, Timmy Hills. Gateway race here, it comes to an end early, but there is another car on pit road right now getting fuel and tires, so we actually are going to have to race for position here so that we can get the lucky dog when the end of the stage comes out. And I actually can't assume everyone else is going to make it. We probably will see some more drivers hit pit road. It's just up to the NASCAR Heat 5 gods at this point whether we will see other cars come down. Keselowski currently leads the race there in that beautiful orange car. That is another diecast I have. Actually, did I mention it was the diecast I had before? Heck, I don't even know. Oh, the other diecast I wanted to mention was Kyle Busch's 3-Chi Gateway win. Of course, I have that one as well, and I made a video on it. You guys check out the NASCAR diecast unboxings. They're really good. But back to the actual race here. We are currently riding around in 39th. The position that we gained was on Timmy Hill in the 21. But the other car that was on pit road has already come out and off of it, so we have fallen behind and we are not going to get back on the lead lap at the end of this stage. And actually this stage is going to come to an end quite shortly here because Keselowski is on his last little run. As we get into the back of Ryan Newman, he's going to slide in the corner. He makes a great little save there, but on the fresher tires, I just had to kind of get him out of the way there. I guess I shouldn't have raced so aggressive, but Keselowski has gotten the end of the stage there. We had some more cars that were going to hit pit road, I thought, but since the stage just came to an end, they decided not to come down. But yeah, we are not going to get back on the lead lap here. It's getting stage ones. We have Keselowski, Bowman, Larson, Wallace, Logano, Busch, Bell, Truex Jr., Byron, and Hamlin. So most of the same drivers that were in and around there. As we can see here, Cole Custer came into pit road. Makes sense, he got a bit of damage off me. But Ty Dillon and Erica Morella as well came down, and they're going to pit again. But Erica Morella is going to get the lucky dog. Cole Custer and I have chosen to stay out and get our laps back here, as Ty Dillon came in and pitted again. Not sure as to why he did that, but he's going to be trapped a lap down still. So starting stage 3, we're going to be racing for position now with everyone else. We took the wave around whilst everyone else on the lead lap came down pit road. That means we are now starting at the back of the longest line here and have to get all the way back up here, already on that curb once again. Thankfully, we have a bit more grip in this car. We take it 3 wide with Custer and Almirola. We're going to have to make up as many positions as quick as possible to get as many points as we can in this race. The win is out the window right now as we go into the corner 3 wide. Harrison Burton and Riley Herbst, see you later. Now a couple rookies ahead of us, Noah Gragson and Ty Gibbs struggling. I actually expected these two drivers to do a bit better considering they've been racing at Gateway very recently and a lot longer than anybody else here. But to the inside of that Junior Motorsports 88, we get by him. We're going to get by Ty Gibbs. Now to the inside of the Benedetto, we're going to get by him. Now looking up the inside of Ryan Preece and Danny Hendrick, can we get past them? Well, Ryan Preece is going to get a little bit looser on the straightaway. He actually loses quite a bit of time. And now we are going to be in the top 30 here, sending a little dive bomb there on the Benedetto. And we are past the 55 Sony PlayStation Toyota Racing Team cars. We get into Hemrick there. He makes a nice save. He is coming off his best Cup Series finish in 8th place in the Coca-Cola 600, so he's going to be running on a high here. But back in 29th is kind of where we're used to seeing him, and not the kind of day he wants to have. Now looking to the outside there, we're not going to get really any run up off the corner, unfortunately, to get us in position here. But I'm thinking to myself, we have to send it at this rate, and Hemrick's actually going to take the high line here, so it's going to make it very easy to get past him. So then we get in the corner, looking to the outside of Ross Chastain. I'm actually going to give him a little nudge here, and he's going to be fine. He gets a little loose. He's all good. He's chilling. To the inside of James Knight as well. He's not having a terribly good run either, so unlucky at Darlington, a poor run in the Coca-Cola 600. He is once again outside the top 25, struggling here. As we are on the outside, we're actually going to pound the outside wall there. Not really pound it, we give it a little scrape, and that's going to kill our momentum, losing a couple positions there. But yeah, I was starting to lose it behind the wheel. I'm too tight on the short run now, man. This is not a particularly easy racetrack to drive, and finding the right balance is important because you can be very good on the short run with a loose car. But once the longer run kicks in, you are just out of control, which is what we saw earlier and what led to me spinning out. And now we are really tight here on the short run. I've decided that I'm going to start shifting in the corners here to try to help us turn. You can see it's actually helping. We're getting a little bit loose there on the power as we now shift up into 5th there, and it actually is going to make a difference here. We go on the outside here, and we are not going to shift really in turn 3 and 4, I don't think, because you carry a bit more speed here since it's a wider corner. But to the outside of James Knight now in that 97, it seems like we may have found something that last lap. Let's try it again now, going into turn 1 and 2, shifting down now into 4th gear, getting back on the power, getting a lot of turn there with that, and we're actually going to get by both James Knight and Ryan Newman on the outside there. So we may have found something now at the start of stage 3 that is going to help us, but Newman almost sent me into that corner. We skip forward now. Only just a couple laps later, we have almost 10 to go there coming across the line. Actually, Bummer's going to take 10 to go here, and we have found ourselves pulling up to the back of Busher in 25th as the caution comes out. And that is going to bring everybody to pit road. No green flag pit stops will be left to have. And everyone is, what I assume, will take 2 right side tires here. For me, personally, I need 4 tires. It is not going to work for me. The caution, by the way, is Riley Herbst, who was going slow on the outside line. Don't know exactly what happened to him because he's able to continue. And that was a caution. No one around him as well. He's in last place, and well, my spin in front of everyone else didn't bring out a caution. Anyway, forget about that for now. Cole Custer and I were the only drivers that went and took 4 tires, everyone else taking 2. We lose 2 positions, and this will restart us here in 37th with only 7 laps in this race. But I do think the tires are going to make a lot of difference here, as we're going to waste no time getting into the corner here on Riley Herbst and Eric Almirola. We get past those 2 guys. We're going to get past Harrison Burton as well, who's just announced he will not be a part of the field next season. He will be back down in the Xfinity Series trying to refine some of his groove there, as we now send it to the inside of Gragson 3 wide with that Ryan Newman car. We get past them as well as Benedetto and another car up there as well. I couldn't tell who it was, but now it's the inside of James Knight in that 97 car, and we have already pretty much gained back the track position we lost on pit road. There is just such a major difference, as I did not get into the back of Ross Chastain there, just so you guys know. He went up the track himself. You can rewatch it all you want. He did not touch the one car. Anyway, he gets up into Ty Gibbs there. We're going to get a couple free positions, and all of a sudden, we are back in 26th, looking at the back bumper of Chris Buescher, and we're going to send it into the corner to the inside of LaJoy and Stenhouse, and now we get up into 23rd position. Things are starting to look up, perhaps, for us getting even a top 15 finish. Maybe even a top 10 is on the cards if we really make some noise here, but we go into the corner. It's very tight. Little bump on McDowell, another little bump on McDowell. We shift down to 4th gear now, trying to make something happen there. We push by Blaney, and now to the outside of McDowell in that 34 FR8 auctions, the freight auctions car, and now we're going to get by him to the inside of Tyler Reddick, who's having a poor run, a little touchdown. Austin Dillon, he's going to loop it around here going into turn 3 and 4, and there you have a caution that will set up pretty much a green-white checkered. We will start with 2 laps to go, but I really don't understand how Austin Dillon spun out. We didn't have Ross Chastain spin out before, and I bumped another car before. They didn't spin out, and yeah, you can see in the replay, I barely touch him. He drives a bit forward and then spins it out afterwards, so I don't think that is my fault personally, but the caution comes out anyway for Austin Dillon spinning out in front of the field. God forbid it comes out when I do it, but anyway, we will be restarting this race with only 2 laps to go. Actually, it is going to be overtime. They extended the race by 1 lap. Anyway, Kyle Busch leads on that inside line, looking to get his 3rd win of the season, and he will be catching up to me very soon here. But on this outside line, you can see I am stuck, not making many progress at all here already through turn 1 and 2, and we are now stuck on the outside 3 wide, not where I want to be. Jones is actually going to lose that position there and back out. We're going to be able to send it now into the corner on Tyler Reddick. So coming now to the white flag, we are 3 wide with Haley and Kevin Harvick. We gave the same bump just there to Suarez that we gave to Dillon. He didn't go around. Anyway, white flag in the air. Stop worrying about the contact and caution, because it is not your fault. Stewie, it is not your fault. Anyway, we go into the corner. We get past Daniel Suarez. Now up to the back of AJ Allmendinger, the guy that we got into earlier. I'm actually going to be quite nice here and give him a little push down the back straightaway. But I still want to get as many positions as possible. I see another 2 I can gain in the corner. We're going to send it in here, but I get way too low. I hit the apron. I'm around and I tag the 42. I spin in front of the field for the second time this race. The 42 saves it. No caution. Christopher Bell got to the inside of Kyle Busch and passed him in turn 3 and 4. Bell gets his second career win, and now he gets his first win of the 2023 season. We come across the line in 23rd, as once again, the caution is not called by NASCAR. I was absolutely livid at NASCAR and also at myself for ruining such a great finish for myself today, but looking at the race results for the other drivers, we have Bell getting his first win of the season, Busch, Bowman, Larson, Truex Jr., Wallace, Hamlin, Cindric, Keselowski, Elliott in the top 10. Looking at the other page now, we see myself on page 2 for the first time in quite a while, dropping out from P15 to 23rd. So yeah, a bit of a struggle there as Timmy Hill remains the only DNF of today's race. Looking at the regular season standings, we are now behind by 17 to Kyle Larson, so we have now lost first place there. The playoff bubble has absolutely burst, with Bell getting himself a win from 18th in points, or 18th on the playoff grid, locks himself in. This pushes everyone down, and now Reddick is out by 3, and we have Suarez, Blaney, Bowman just ahead, and now Harvick's not even safe, nor is Truex really, and we could even have more winners before we get to the end of the regular season. So things are starting to get quite wild in terms of who is actually going to make the playoffs, as that is going to do it for our action from Gateway today. And the next race we're going to have is our first road course of the season at Sonoma for the Toyota Save Mart 350. I just want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with the series, because we have plenty more crazy announcements and storylines to come. Take care and have a good night.